A much more interesting day for the World Cup AI Prediction Challenge yesterday, as some people actually predicted some correct scorelines, which is far more interesting for our table. The first game was USA 2, Australia 0, and Mistral Vibe managed to get that exact prediction right. It used to be Mistral Le Chat, but they've changed the name in the last week to Mistral Vibe. And yeah, a healthy 3 points for them, gets them back into contention. Only the Chaos Engine and Emmanuel failed to pick up a point in that game. It was 1-0 to Morocco over Scotland. Sorry, our Scottish friends. And the betting market had that as the favourite correct scoreline. So they picked up 3 points there. In the Brazil versus Haiti game, which finished 3-0 to Brazil, that was quite a popular prediction. So myself, the betting market, Claude, and both of the two ChatGPT models, the Instant and the Pro, all predicted that completely correct. And in fact, the only competitor to not get at least a point was the Chaos Engine, who, being a work of chaos, predicted Brazil 0, Haiti 1. The final result from yesterday was Turkey 0, Paraguay 1. Turkey become the first team to basically go out of the tournament, even though they've had 62 shots in their 2 games. So it's a phenomenal number of shots not to score a goal. But because it was a bit of an upset, nobody scored any points, with the exception of the Chaos Engine, who very skillfully predicted an upset but went for 2-0 to Paraguay. Before we look to see what that's done for the table, I wanted to take a deep dive into one of the competitors. Today I wanted to talk about DeepSeek. DeepSeek was the last model that we chose to include within the World Cup AI Prediction Challenge. And to be fair, we didn't give it a lot of tools to work with. We deliberately chose to use this as a baseline indicator. We didn't give it access to the dossiers that I've created on each team, and we didn't give it access to the match context report that gives it more information about the match on the day of the match. Instead, we just use a prompt that says, use any information that you have and add to it with any information you can find and generate a result for the match between Team A and Team B. It's done this very well. At the moment, DeepSeek is currently sat second in the table. It's fair to say that we didn't really know what to expect. We weren't 100% sure whether DeepSeek would be able to go and interrogate the web and use that in conjunction with its large language model. But clearly it can. And in fact, as a company, we've decided that we're going to be using DeepSeek a lot more now, both for the chat interface when trying to get quick answers, and also using the API in our own solutions and with our customer work. So you can see what it's done to the overall scores. And because of the 3 points that I got from the Brazil-Haiti, I've gone back into a 3-point lead. So I got 27 points. And as we mentioned before, DeepSeek are the new second place, along with ChatGPT Instant and Claude just behind them. So moving on to today's games, we've got Netherlands versus Sweden, and the consensus result predicted there is a 2-1 win for the Netherlands. I'm quite surprised that nobody's gone for Sweden to win that game at all, given that they've got Gyökeres and Isak playing up front for them. There are 4 competitors who've gone for the draw. Betting Market's gone for a 1-1. The Chaos Engine's gone for 2-2, and ChatGPT Pro and Emmanuel have both also gone for 2-2. Everyone else has gone for a 2-1 win for the Netherlands. Then we've got Germany against Ivory Coast, and probably the consensus result there is either 2-1 or 3-1 to Germany. Only Emmanuel has gone anything else. He's gone for a 2-1 win for the Ivory Coast. Then we have Ecuador against Curaçao, and it's a blanket win there for Ecuador, with the exception of the Chaos Engine, who's looking for another upset. And we're finishing off tonight in the early hours, Tunisia against Japan, and everybody there has gone for a Japan win, except for the Chaos Engine again, and Emmanuel, who's looking for a sneaky 1-0 for Tunisia to help him rise up the table. So it's great. It's the weekend. I'm really looking forward to being able to stay up late and watch those games. And tomorrow we have some really interesting games as well. So make sure that you follow and subscribe to the service so that you can pick up on those results tomorrow.